Hey there friends, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to add paid research articles as sources inside of NotebookLM. So let's go ahead and create a new notebook, and it should ask us to upload a few sources. So you can search the web for any sources that you want, or you can also drop your selected files. So you'll notice that when you click on the websites, you can see that it says right here, paid articles are not supported. However, this is only limited to if you use the websites feature or the search feature. If you have a copy of the PDF file and upload it, it should work without a problem. So to get started, I'm just going to go ahead and open up the Google Scholar page, and I'm just going to type in something random. Let's say drug discovery, because why not? So here we go, an overview of drug discovery and development. You'll notice that if I try to read this article, it's going to ask me to purchase the entire PDF or to subscribe to the journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the DOI. It's this link right here, doi.org. And then I'm going to type into my web browser, into my URL bar, scihub.box. That's sci-hub.box. So you can also look for mirrors on the internet if this particular mirror isn't working for you. Sci-hub will almost always have separate mirrors, which are just like copies of this website up and running 24/7. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste my DOI that I've copied into this box right here. And then I'm going to click on open. So as you can see, now we have the research articles PDF. You can go ahead and download it. And once it's downloaded, you can drag and drop it into your notebook. So after a few seconds, it should load without a problem, and you should be able to use your notebook for whatever it is you wanted to do with that particular research article. So as you can see, it has successfully loaded. So now I can ask it some questions based on the source, and I can even create content using the studio. There we go. Everything is working without an issue. You can even go ahead and take a look at exactly where it was cited, and it works flawlessly. If you'd like to be more organized, you can also rename your source to the actual title of the paper. That way your source list doesn't get cluttered, especially if you're using multiple PDF files. So that's pretty much it for this video. It's pretty quick and pretty easy, although it might take you a little bit of patience at first if you aren't used to this sort of thing. I hope I was able to teach you something new and something useful. And as always, thank you for watching.